Alright guys, so I told you the last video would be the practice problem. So, on your paper it should say, for your practice problem, you have a set of 36 flashcards numbered from 1 to 36. A card is chosen at random. Find the odds for each of the following. Is it in favor or against? So, excuse me. Let's do this. So, 1 through 36, 36 cards, alright? So, let's take a look. So, how many of those were an even number? So, remember you should have done this before you click on this video because we're going over the answers. Alright, so out of those 36, okay, a card is chosen at random. Find the odds for each of the following. So, what would be, how many even numbers would there be within that? So, think about it. So, count by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. So that's 18, okay? So there should have been 18 even, which means how many odd are there? Remember, it's part to part, not part to whole, like a proportion. The odds is part to part. So how many other numbers were there? How many odd numbers were there? Your answer should have been 18. So the way that you write this would be 1 or 1, 2, 1. Okay, so you can choose any one of those ways, just not 18 over 18, so you can choose 1 or 1 to 1. Okay? Excuse me. Now, multiple of 2 or 3. So this one might take some time, but how many multiples are there of 2? How would you figure that out? Well, you can count by twos again, because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, all those. Remember, according to the rules of divisibility, a number cannot, or can only be divisible by 2 if it's even. So all the even numbers have to be divisible by 2. So we know 18 of them are divisible by 2. But it's 2 or 3, so we have to include both of these. So now we got to go through the rest of the numbers. So it doesn't matter if those, whatever of those 18 that we counted to, you know, of those even numbers, it doesn't matter if any of those are divisible by 3 because if they're already divisible by 2, it's fine. So now we're going to take a look at the odd numbers, okay? Because even numbers, obviously, they're already going to be divisible by 2, so it doesn't matter if they're divisible by 3 because we don't want to count them twice. So just for sake of, you know, we're doing it on video, I can't answer your questions right away, we're going to list out all the even numbers and see which ones are divisible by 3. So, I'm sorry, all the odd numbers, which ones are divisible by 3. So let's do it. Got 1, 5, 7, 9, 15, 21, 23. Okay, got that done. Okay, sorry if they're a little small, you can pause and take a look at them. So now we're going to go through and see which ones are divisible by 3, okay? So obviously not 1. Can 3? You say yes, you're right. We're going to circle that. Can 5? Nope. 7? 9? Yep, 9 is. 11? 13? 15? Yep. 17? 19? 21? Yep. What about 23? 25? 27 is? No. Nope. Alright, so out of the 18 odd numbers there were in this, only 6 of them are divisible by 3. So we're going to take that 6 and we're going to add it to that 18. So now, what's 18 plus 6? You should have a total of 24. Okay, so there's 24 that were divisible by 2 or 3, which means how many are left that are not divisible by 2 or 3? Okay, so the other part. Now again, there's a total of 36 cards, so if 24 of them are divisible by 2 or 3, how many are left? So what's the difference between 24 and 36? Take a second if you didn't do this before. So you should have taken 36 minus 24, and you should have gotten 12. Now we can't leave it like this, okay, and we're not going to make it a 1 or a mixed number. We're going to keep it an odd. So this is actually going to become, so a common the greatest common factor between, studying guys, sorry. The greatest common factor between 24 and 12 is 12, to save 10. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. So we have the odd, thank you, sorry guys. The odd of 2 and 12 divided by 2, or 12 divided by 12 is 1. So the odd is 2 to 1. Okay, so for multiples of 2 or 3, you should have gotten 2 to 1, or you can get 1 to 2. So if you flipped it and you had the numbers possible on the bottom, that's fine. All right, prime numbers. All right, so we're going to have to go through this again. Now, if you think about it, how many even numbers are prime? Your answer should be 1, because the only even number that's prime is number 2. So the rest of them, we're going to take a look at these odd numbers and see which ones are prime. Now again, we already decided 2 is a prime number, so we're going to keep that in the back of our mind. We've already counted one of them. All right, so let's see. Is 1 a prime? Technically, 1 is not a prime number. It's, a thing of its own, but we're not going to count that. All right, 3, is 3 a prime number? Yep. 5, yep, I'm going to put an underline under these. What about 7? Yeah? Is 9? Hopefully you're answering no. 11 is a prime number. 13 is also a prime number. 15 was divisible by 3, so it can't be a prime number. So we've got 17 and 19. 21 was divisible by 3, so again, it cannot be a prime number. So are you noticing a pattern? Okay. Actually, ignore that. Okay, so 23, 25, what is it divisible by? Hopefully you're saying 5, and you're right. 27 is divisible by 3, so again, not a prime number. 29 is a prime number. 31 is a prime number, and that's it. Okay, because 33 is divisible by 3, 35 is divisible by 5, so we're good there. So we're going to take the 2 that we already counted, so that's 1. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 prime numbers. Prime numbers. Meaning they can only be divisible by 1 and themselves. Okay? I'm going to take back what I said before. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, so we've got 11 prime numbers because, reminder, 1 is not a prime number. It's a thing of its own. So we have 11, and how many numbers are left? So how many numbers are not prime? So you're going to find the difference between 11 and, hopefully you're saying it or you're thinking it, you're going to find the difference between 11 and 36. And what you should find, I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to try to figure it out. What you're going to find is the difference is 25. So you can either write 11 to 25 or 25 to 11. So if you notice, they're kind of interchangeable. It just depends on what your focus is, okay? So it's fine if you don't get it in this order. You can get it in this order. As long as you've got 11 and 25, you're right, okay? All right, greater than 20. So 20 is not included in it. So how many numbers are there from 21 to 36? Anybody gonna guess? Hopefully we know it. So if you guess 16, you're right, okay? So we know that 16 numbers are greater than 20, and how many are left over? So how many are not greater than 20? So 20 is one of them, all right? So you should get 16 to 20, but this can be reduced. All right, so let's start with 2. We know that 2 goes into both of these. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and 20 divided by 2 is 10. We have 8 to 10 now, but it can still be reduced more. So take a second, if you didn't already get it, reduce this again. Let's see if you can get it. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 9. All right, if you didn't get it, pause. Challenge yourself, don't just get the answers, okay? So you should have divided it by 2 one more time. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I'm going to put it over here. And 10 divided by 2 is 5, so 4 to 5 or 5 to 4. Either one is correct, okay? So if your final answer for one of these was either one of these, you are correct. All right, so we did multiples of 2 or 3. Now we're doing multiples of 2 and 3. All right, so this changes it a little bit, meaning that the number has to be both multiplied, it has to be able to be divided by 2 and 3, not just 2 or 3. So let's take a look at those numbers that we already looked at that were at least divisible by 3. Okay, so take a look. We've got 3, 9, 15, 21, 27, and 33. Are any of those divisible by 2? If you're saying no, then you're right. Okay, so let's take a look at the even numbers and see which ones are divisible by 3. So we've got 2. Nope. 4, is 4 divisible by 3? Nope. 6. I think 6 is both divisible by 2 and 3, so we've got 1. Is 8 divisible by 2 and 3? No. 10, is that divisible by 2 and 3? Nope. 12. So we've got 2 numbers now. So let's keep going through. So take a second, keep going through them, and see if you can figure out how many are both divisible by 2 and 3, or multiples of 2 and 3. You can say it either way. You can pause the video. Please, please pause the video if you didn't have enough time. I'm just going to keep blabbering, so you can either listen to me blabber, or you can pause the video and then fast forward through me talking and just get the answer. So it's up to you, but make sure you're at least trying to work. All right, so what you should have gotten for multiples of 2 and 3 is 5. There are 5 numbers that are multiple, that can be multiples of 2 and 3. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, guys. All right, and then it should be 2, 1, and I'll explain that in another video, but just so you know, it should be 5 to 1, okay? And the last one has only 1 digit. So how many out of the total numbers just have 1 digit? Think about it. Look at our list. Single digit. So pause it if you're not ready for the answer, if you want to keep trying it, if you're ready. All right, so 1 through 9 are our only single digits. So we know we have 9 single digits. How many digits are there left if 9 are single? Do the math. So what's the difference between 9 and 36? You should get 9 to 27, okay? But we need to reduce this. So think about 9 and 27. What are they both divisible by? Okay, take a couple seconds, pause it if you're not ready. I'm going to say this over and over again. Sorry, guys. But that's what we got to do. So their greatest common factor is 9. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. And 27 divided by 9 is 3. So you can have 1 to 3 or, hopefully you guessed it, 3 to 1. Okay? And that's it. So make sure as you practice this, you are focusing on the work. Okay, you're going to find your homework assignment in the instructions for where these videos are posted. Make sure you get that homework done. Remember, homework is going to be due every Friday, just like we did when we were here. So just so you know, that assignment is going to disappear by Friday at 11:59 p.m., so right before midnight, okay? Make sure you get it turned in before that. If you don't, you're going to have to send me an email, explain to me why you didn't get it done. Hopefully you have a good reason, but hopefully we can get this done and work on this together.